Hi, my name is Harmon Outlaw. I'm a photographer and have been a photographer for many years. Um, I've loved photography for many years and continue to love photography. But I've always loved all the arts, whether it's painting or drawing or dancing or acting. And I've had the great good fortune to know some great dancers and some great actors and some great sculptors, some great painters, and some great creative artists in many different fields. Uh, the most important part of my photographic journey is the personal. I love taking portraits of people and taking portraits of people and their families together, mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, families, husbands and wives. I love portrait taking. And that's really kind of how I approach my images of art. It's a portrait of the art. Uh, it's an image that should reflect the beginning and the middle and the end and the soul of the art itself. Um, I'm a person that believes that art, once created, has a life of its own. And for some forms of art, it's easier to see that than others, but I think they all have a life of their own. So we can easily see how a book, a story, a poem can have a life of its own. But a photograph or a painting or a sculpting can have a life of its own. And a lot of what I like to do is to be a part of sharing that life, the life of the art, so that people can look at it and then be motivated by it to create something beautiful or to be more beautiful themselves. I've had many great moments as it relates to my photography and my art and my creativity. But once I was at a gallery, nobody knew who I was. They didn't know that the work they were looking at was mine. I was just there. And I remember a woman looking at one of my photographs and just staring at it and then looking at what I think was her daughter and saying, "It's so iconic." Just to capture the meaning of something in a way in which it's constantly being transmitted long after the time of its original creation is amazing to me. So I guess maybe that's what art has always meant to me, whether it's movement or dance or acting or film. It's a kind of carrying on, a kind of sharing into the future beyond the life that you've lived. It's not that you become immortal or eternal by creating art or associating with art, but clearly, art is one of those things that can live powerfully beyond the time of its creation. And that's what I hope for with every photograph I take. My name is Harmon Outlaw, and I'm a photographer.